everyone, welcome to my channel. So as I said, I will show you guys how I do my Kanban board. There's a couple ways to do it. You can use sticky notes. I think these size sticky notes are the best. These are actually from Post-it Notes brand. They stick the best when you use them. You can use these. I have different colors here, and I have another color around here too. So how many ever goals you have, I tell people try not to overwhelm yourself with a bunch of goals. Try to stick to three to five goals. I think is good. Some people want more, but 3 to 5 goals is good. It'll give you time to actually focus on achieving whatever those goals look like. So you could take these and write down. So say your goal is to, we'll stick with the one that I've been using to lose weight, and you want to go ahead and stick with that. This is probably lighter to write on. So choose what color you want that to be. Let's say this is the color for that. And you have to have like a board you can hang on the wall, or if you have a board anywhere, you can find one that locks on the side of your computer, and you will put these there. So you will have it in your to-do, you're doing, and you're done. So that's how it would work out. And I'll show you guys when I show you how to put it to your planner as well. So say for instance, you need to count your macros, count weekly macros. So you will put this in on your board, on your big board. You put this in your doing, and you could, how many every week you want to do this for, so that way you can see how many weeks you were consistent. So I would typically do that. So you will write this down. Say you want your board to go for a month, you will write it down 4 times. If you're doing a 12-week year, you could write it down 12 times. How many times you need to write it in order for you to be able to track it is what you do. So say your next thing is you want to walk 50,000 steps a week. So say 5 days, you know for sure you want to be able to hit that 10,000 step goal, but you may not have the time to do it every day. So you're saying, hey, I want to walk 50,000 steps a week. And you would write this down the same amount of times, how many weeks you want to reach this for. So whatever your goals are, that's what you would do. And then you would put them on your board like this, and you would move them down as you go. So that's how you would do that. If you want to put on sticky notes, you would have to have a board big enough to reach for all your stuff. So that is one way. Put these sticky notes up. I don't like a lot of clutter. So the way that I found that works best for me, because I can check in, and wouldn't really put them in this planner, but I just want to show you this, the closest one that I had. I do have boards. I need to order one. I might be able to cut it down for my half letter. Cut a board down. So I have ones that don't have tabs or anything that sticks into my planners, because I've cut the tabs off and I strictly use it for Kanban board. So you would need something that you can stick into your planner that is this kind of material, or something similar to this material that you can move around in your planner. So you can use washi tape, which I'll show you. You can use whatever color you want. The thinner the washi tape, the better, because you want to make sure you have space for your items that you are listing out. So let's see. And you will make them equal as possible. All right, so we have, let me put this up a little bit more. There we go. And let's see. All right, so now we have this part separated. Now what we're going to do is take our sticky notes, and you can use a Sharpie marker. This is just the first one that I grabbed. You don't have to use this. And so this is my work planner. So let's just say I want to automate a system. I will just put automate system. And well, I have to break that down, but I'm just giving examples. Like I will put automate system, is my goal. And I can also like write some of the things that it would take to automate that system. Look at current process. Can I get this off here with my nails? Not the funnest, and I'll make sure I don't have more than the one. And I say use a Sharpie on these kind of sticky notes because they dry automatically. Find wasteful steps. And again, this is just an example. And you can put consolidate steps. Okay, so this is what I am using for one project, and there we go. You would make this after you have set your goal, so you kind of know. And then now we're going to use another color for a different goal, and that way you can keep track of what goal is what. So say you want to I'm not going to stick to work. Because I'm not going to use these anyway. So say your next goal is you want to write a book. So what would you need to do to write a book? You need to plot your book. I'm not an author, so some of the things may not apply to writing books. I have friends who write books. My friend Tanisha, she writes books. Tanisha Stewart, check her out. So plot your book, and then you would need to, let's say, write 500 words daily. So you would write that down because you want to write, have a certain word count that you want to keep track of. Develop characters. So this is how you would do that. So now you have that. And so you can put these on here. Put these on here like this. And so you have that. So say your next goal is you want to lose weight, which is, you know, what I think everybody says that. So you can put, again, we'll go back to that, count macros. And you see we're using a different color so we can keep track of, you know, our different things that we want to work on. And we know what goes with work. So count macros, work out 6 days a week. So now we have our workout goal. Let me put that there. And walk 50,000 steps. So we now have all of our goals listed out. All right, so now we have all of our goals listed out, and we say, hey, this is something that I need to do. I'm working on now, counting my macros, and I go in every day and count them. So I'm working on that, and then work out, you know, 6 days a week. I'm working out, and then walk 50,000 steps. So now you're like, hey, I'm working on this. Right now I am also plotting my book. And I'm looking at our current systems, our current automated processes. So these are all the things that I'm working on at this moment. And so you looked at your process. Now you would move it down here so you can see, oh, I've accomplished that. And the next step is to find wasteful processes. And so you, we are at the end of the time. You have created, however long you want to use this for, you have created, you counted your macros for the month. You worked out 6 days a week for the month. You have walked your 50,000 steps. You've plotted your book. You found waste. You didn't fully automate the system, but you did consolidate. I'm sorry, it's down here. You did consolidate some of the steps. You didn't write, and maybe you were working on writing the 500, but you didn't. And you were working on the automated system, but you didn't. And maybe you got to develop your characters though. So now you can see, hey, this is the things that I need to carry over into the next month, next quarter, whatever it is that I need to work on. And these are the things that I've done. It gives you a good visual representation of some of the things that you accomplished, but you can also list out, you see all the different steps that you need to take. And if, because depending on the size of your planner, you may need to do front and back, or you may need to do a couple of these in order to have enough of them, but you can do front and back as well to keep track of, you know, your different goals. So this is how I create a Kanban board in my planner. And when I say it actually does work, because I see it, I look at it, I make sure it's in a place that I'm going to check every day, and I can see what I need to do. And I have done a whole lot more because I've had this to actually look at, and it motivates me when I start seeing stuff going down and stuff going out there to do, and then the doing. And even if I don't accomplish it, and seeing it in the doing, knowing that I'm working to getting my goals on track makes me very happy. All right, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it's helpful, and don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you soon. Peace.